So I'm in week 42 plus 3 days, and I'm still holding down to my decision to not being induced. This is my supernatural childbirthing diaries. So far I've not managed to document anything since I think Monday. So Sunday I went in for an appointment, and I decided to I was obviously had a choice to be induced, but I decided to just get another sweep. And the midwife was really lovely, and she said everything was in place. Dilated a bit, not too much, 1 centimeter, but cervix soft. Everything is ready, baby in line. Very positive feedback. Great. So I was then scheduled in to come in the next day. Obviously the doctor had her concerns, and she was more for like trying to get me induced. And then I learned on Sunday as well that I won't have a water bath after 42 weeks, after 41 plus 6, which I was not really happy about, because that was my vision or goal or my desire, whichever one you want to choose. So I was not happy because nobody told me this. So if they had told me, I would have then started the sweeps probably closer to around 40 day mark rather than the 40, because I started the sweeps last week Tuesday, which was 41 plus something. So that was the disappointment. However, I was invited to then come back on Monday to just check whether everything was fine, because her concern was the fact that after 42 weeks the placenta health deteriorates. Obviously that affects the baby's health. So, and also they just wanted to check the if there's enough fluids around the baby, amniotic fluids around the baby, etc. So that was what happened on Monday. So I had a scan on Monday, and obviously again being monitored, strapped down and everything. Weekend, Saturday, I had gone swimming. I'd done 40 minutes in the gym, and an hour in the pool. So I was feeling pretty confident that something had changed. Yeah, so still the same, as in after the doctor's appointment, baby's still happy in there. Enough amniotic fluids. She checked a few things. It wasn't a deep scan, and she was pretty much happy with it. And then so thereafter, I'm trying to remember, so much has happened. So after the scan, I then went into being monitored to just check the vitals, the heartbeats and the movements and everything on the monitor, my blood pressure and all of that, urine tests, all the palaver. So, and then yeah, and that was that. Did I have another sweep? I think I asked for another sweep. I can't even remember. Today's Thursday. I had a sweep on Tuesday last week, Sunday, and then I had another one. That was Tuesday, yeah. So Monday, no, didn't have one. And then, yeah, so I had an appointment then on Tuesday. I think I'm mixing a lot of things up here. Okay, So I think my appointment wasn't on Monday, but it was on Tuesday. That's it. I had a lovely Spanish nurse. So she did the sweep again, positive reviews. Yeah, ready to go. She did a super sweep, she said. I met a lovely, she sounds a bit Irish, not sure if she is. Lovely other older, more mature midwife. Made me laugh, crack up lots. So she just put me at ease to say, look, the longest time someone she'd known, she'd dealt with, went without being induced was 43 weeks, I believe, and 4 days. And the worst part is that she wasn't even coming in to be observed. So at least I was being responsible and coming in to be observed. So I was like, all right then. So as long as the baby is fine, all the vitals are fine, I'm fine. I'm fine except for my feet and the sleeping situation. But apart from that, I'm still pretty much mobile, so I'm fine. The baby's healthy and moving and happy. So she just put me at ease, and there was no pressure at all, which was very, very nice. And comforting to know that there's no pressure for me to do anything, because obviously there are side effects to being induced, most likely, that one of which is most of the time people that are induced end up having epidural, end up having an assisted birth because of the epidural, etc., etc. And it's obviously an artificial drug, basically. So I'm trying to steer away from anything artificial, or yeah. So I pray that it continues that way, that everything just comes together. And yeah, and then I went to the gym yesterday. Where are we? Today's Thursday. So yesterday I had another appointment, and before going to the appointment, I went to swim again. I did my dances, my shake, and drop it like a top dance quite a few times before I was observed, before I went in. So unfortunately though, the nurse is just like, no, if you're not having pain contractions, you're not being observed. So probably she was busy, but a thing with the supernatural childbirth is that you can determine and believe for not having pain, because when you take your arm like so, you contract it, you don't feel pain, do you? Just a bit of tenseness, but when you release, it's fine. So that's the ideology behind it, that contraction is not meant to be really painful. How many women in the developing world work, go to the fields, come back with a baby? I've heard that story from Turkish ladies I met in the pool, in the spa on Saturday, that people in the villages, they just go out, continue going, moving, doing the norms. They come back in the evenings with the baby, just having a baby out in the field. So it's all a mindset thing, belief thing, and what we are programmed to see and then expect. One of the laws of nature is the law of expectation. But on top of that, it's about faith as well. So with supernatural childbirthing, it's based on the word that, the apparent curse that was placed on Eve for leading Adam to sin. Basically, that when the Lord Jesus came and took upon himself all the diseases and all the curses, that it included even that one. And another point was along that verse from Genesis. It actually says women would bring into the world basically children in with much labor, something like that, and man will toil the ground and eat in labor, something like that as well. I need to find this exact wording, so that's for next time. But when a man eats, does he feel pain? No. So it was apparent, like, based on that, it just, the argument was then like, it was paraphrasing, it's not literal. And obviously when you look, as I said, to developing countries and women that are not exposed to media and being programmed to expect pain when they going through labor, they just get on with it and then have a smooth sailing childbirth, easy peasy. So it's all about beliefs, it's all about what you expect, it's all about faith as well. So yeah, she basically said, if you're not feeling pain, it doesn't matter what the machine says, because the machine picks up the contractions. It doesn't matter what the machine says, you need to be in pain for us to basically know that you're progressing. And I just said to myself within, I was like, that's not happening. So I believe they will only believe that I'm having contractions and that I'm not going to feel pain when they see their head popping out, and I'm still smiling and laughing. So more on that later. So that's supernatural childbirth. And yes, I've been having contractions. It's my first baby, so I've never had contractions before. They're not painful, just a bit uncomfortable. And at times it feels more like the baby's moving, but it's actually a contraction. So, and sometimes it's in the back, like I feel a bit of pressure at the bottom base of the back, and sort of like heat running through across the front bit. I've had that twice. Then yesterday I had sort of like pain. There was a spasmic sort of, whilst I was in the loo talking to a friend on the phone, giving another update. It's like, as the more days that progress, I get so many inquiries. Has the baby come? So that's fun. Not. So yeah, I had a weird one yesterday. It was proper, but again, it was just, oh, what's happening? It wasn't like, ow, agony. So all is well. Supernatural childbirth all the way. So nurse today gave me 24 hours. My nurse Ross, midwife Ross, she said she was tempted to break the waters, which was hilarious. But yeah, interesting. So 4th sweep, baby's still in the belly. I'm a bit and I've got a feeling it's going to happen soon, very soon. And exciting times. And the joke, I was in the hospital and the labour ward is calling me because I'm on number 1 list, so I'm 42 weeks plus. They just check in, when am I coming in to be induced? Am I in hospital? Have I had the baby? They're just so funny. So we kept on missing each other, and then eventually before I left, I just told them that I'd just been, and I've decided to just wait it out and get sweeps and stuff, which I've just had. Hope you didn't hear that. So that's the update, and baby's pressing down, baby's more engaged, is more lower. That's what the update today is, and I'm 2 centimeters, a good 2 centimeters dilated. So tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the shake and drop it dance. Don't think I'll have time for the pool. Oh yeah, today I did lots of walking in Oxford Street, Piccadilly, Regent's Park. Had my swimming costume with me, but I decided not to go swimming because